entities, 𝗕𝗵𝘀𝘀, thus knowing, 𝗵, me, Lord Krishna, Shantim, relief from material pangs, Ritsthiti, one achieves. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities, the Supreme Lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material miseries. Since we're very short on time, I'll read the first paragraph from the purport. That's very long. Let's see if we have time. There's only 2 paragraphs, so we'll go ahead and read everything then. The conditioned souls within the clutches of the illusory energy are all anxious to attain peace in the material world, but they do not know the formula for peace, which is explained in this part of the Bhagavad Gita. The greatest peace formula is simply this: Lord Krishna is the beneficiary in all human activities. Men should offer everything to the transcendental service of Lord Krishna because he is the proprietor of all planets and demigods thereon. No one is greater than he is greater than the greatest of the demigods, Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. In the Vedas, Upanishad 6.7, the Supreme Lord is described as Tam Ishvaranam Paramam Maheshwaram. Under the spell of illusion, living entities are trying to be the lords of all they survey, but actually they are dominated by the material energy of the Lord. The Lord is the master of material nature, and the conditioned souls are under the stringent rules of material nature. Unless one understands these bare facts, it is not possible to achieve peace in the world, either individually or collectively. This is the sense of Krishna consciousness. Lord Krishna is the supreme proprietor, or the supreme predominator of all living entities, including the great demigods or his subordinates. One can attain perfect peace only in complete Krishna consciousness. This 5th chapter is a practical explanation of Krishna consciousness, generally known as Karma Yoga. The question of mental speculation as to how Karma Yoga can give liberation is answered with it. To work in Krishna consciousness is to work with the complete knowledge of the Lord as the predominator. Such work is not different from transcendental knowledge. Direct Krishna consciousness is Bhakti Yoga, and Jnana Yoga is a path leading to Bhakti Yoga. Krishna consciousness means to work in full knowledge of one's relationship with the Supreme Absolute. The perfection of this consciousness is full knowledge of Krishna, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. A pure soul is the eternal servant of God as its fragmental part and parcel. He comes into contact with Maya illusion due to the desire to lord it over Maya, and that is the cause of his many sufferings. As long as he is in contact with matter, he has to execute work in terms of material necessities. Krishna consciousness, however, brings one into spiritual life even while one is within the jurisdiction of matter, for it is an arousing of spiritual existence by practice in the material world. The more one is advanced and the more he is freed from the clutches of matter. The Lord is not partial towards anyone. Everything depends on one's practical performance of duties in Krishna consciousness, which in every respect help one control the senses and conquer the influence of desire and anger. And one who stands fast in Krishna consciousness, controlling the above-mentioned passions, remains factually in the transcendental stage, or Brahma Nirvana. The Eightfold Yoga mysticism is automatically practiced in Krishna consciousness because the ultimate purpose is served. There is a gradual process of elevation in the practice of yam, niyam, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi, but these only preface perfection in devotional service, which alone can award peace to the human being. It is the highest perfection of life. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta reports into the 5th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matter of Karma Yoga, or action in Krishna consciousness. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jata Dalakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Savitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakham Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Svamanitni Namine Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschadna Deshatarine. So, in this world, everybody wants peace. They formed the United Nations after World War II for peace. Well, how many wars have been fought since the United Nations was formed? You see, that so-called solution, bringing the nations together in the UN, why did it not work? Because it didn't put God in the center, you see. They should chant Hare Krishna at the UN, and then things will change, but they don't do that. When you water the root of a tree, all the leaves and branches are nourished. So you try to nourish the leaves and branches without watering the root, it will not be successful. So we have to understand the real formula for peace is to give our loving service back to Krishna, the source of all existence. Because when you actually recognize Krishna as the proprietor, the enjoyer, and the well-wisher of all living beings, then you can have peace. Otherwise, it is not possible. So the mission of this Krishna consciousness movement, if we want to teach you to have peace within your own heart, with your own family, within your own friends, within your own company, wherever you may be, within your own neighborhood, within your own organization, wherever you are, if you can put Krishna in the center. It's like in a marriage, for example. The husband thinks I'm the center, the wife thinks I'm the center, clash, 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 Kesha Desh, Klesha Desh. But if the husband and wife both gets Krishna as the center, then you can have a nice, peaceful marriage, you see. So this Krishna consciousness movement is the perfect solution for marital problems, for organizational problems, for national problems, international problems, even interplanetary problems and interuniversal problems. So that's why we want you to understand this philosophy. It's not just some, we're not just selling books for the sake of making some money. Money is coming already. The money is not the issue. Because Lakshmi wants to go to Narayan. And here Narayan is worshipped, so Lakshmi is coming automatically. Well, these books are being distributed so you can read them and understand them, so your life can become transformed. We don't want to see anybody in a suffering condition. It hurts us very much to see anybody in a suffering condition. See, the Vaishnava is the well-wisher of all living entities, even a little ant. You see, you know the story of Mrigarhi the hunter? Most of you know. Some may not. But there was one hunter named Mrigarhi, and his father taught him how to hunt. His father said, "Son, you kill the animals half dead and have fun watching them writhe in agony." That's how he was trained. He didn't go to school. His father was his only guru. The father said, "Son, this is what you do. You kill the animals halfway and go, ha, 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 ha. Enjoy them writhing in agony." You see, what a horrible thing. So Narada Muni comes along and says, "What is this? He saw these animals writhing in agony. What are you doing?" He said, "My father taught me to do this." He said, "Well, at least kill them full. Let them die immediately." So he agreed to that. And he said, "Better than yet is don't kill them. You give me your bow and break it. Break your bow. And I just become my student." He said, "But how will I earn my livelihood if I break my bow?" He said, "Don't worry. You just go to the holy Ganges River and chant Hare Krishna, and all your food will come." He put full faith in his spiritual master. You see, the disciple puts full faith in the words of the spiritual master. And that's what happened. He went to the bank of the sacred river, he was chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. And all the villagers, they said, this is amazing. That hunter, he's become a sadhu. So they all brought him offerings of food stuff. He had more. He had to start a Food for Life program. He had more than he could handle, you see. So anyway, his spiritual master is now coming along with his sidekick, Parvat Muni. They were coming to see how the hunter is doing. And so, oh, my Guru Maharaj has come, offered dandavats. But wait a minute, there's some ants there. He was very carefully picking up the ants and moving aside. I don't want to hurt even a little ant. You see, just see the mentality of a Vaishnava. He was killing animals, half dead. Now he doesn't even want to hurt a little tiny ant, you see. This is the amazing thing, how one becomes transformed when you put Krishna or God back in the center. Your whole life becomes completely different. You live in a new dimension of consciousness. Even you may be still here in Pune on the material level, but within your heart you're living in a whole different world, you see. You're in a whole different world. So here in this Krishna consciousness movement, we want to teach you, my dear ladies and gentlemen and kids, there's kids, we want to teach you all how to live in that other dimension, beyond the material existence. You see, this material existence is pretty nasty place. Birth, death, old age, and disease, the fourfold miseries. And if the fourfold weren't enough, there's also the threefold. You got the fourfold and the threefold. The threefold is miseries of the mind and the body, adhyatmic, miseries caused by miseries caused by other living beings, 𝗕𝗵𝘀𝗀, and adhyatmic, miseries caused by natural disasters like hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, or whatever you see. So we're getting hit by the fourfold and the threefold. We're getting bashed. But that's not our identity, my dear ladies and gentlemen and kids. We are actually residents of the spiritual world. We're associates of the Supreme Lord and His divine leelas in the spiritual world. Why are we're runaways from home, actually. We're all a bunch of runaways here. We ran away thinking we'd be better off separate, living separate from our Father. And here we are suffering like anything. And the spiritual master comes and says, what are you doing, you stupid runaways? Come back. Your Father wants you back. He wants you back. So the spiritual master comes, Prabhupada has come. He's inviting us all back to come back to Krishna. He's showing us the way. He's very kind and loving. He's helping us to come back to our original identities. There's no reason to continue suffering like this. All we're saying is get back to where you once belonged, you see. That's all you have to do. Here we're struggling to make a living, but our Father's a multi-trillionaire. What's the big deal? Just go back to Krishna and all your problems will become solved automatically. Don't have to beg for this, give me that, give me. I can guarantee you, if you simply ask for one thing, because people come to the temple, they pray for so many things. I mean, must be thousands, a million things they beg for here in our temple. But if you want to have all your problems solved, just beg for bhakti. You'll be surprised if you simply beg for bhakti, everything falls into place automatically. If you don't believe me, try it. Just for 1 week, only beg for pure bhakti and just see what happens to your whole life, your job, your family, everything. You'll be surprised what happens. Just, you don't believe me, try it. For 1 week, just beg for bhakti, and we have a special prayer for that. It goes like this. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. This is the perfect prayer for bhakti. Hare is you're addressing our beautiful Mother Radharani, because she's Krishna's #1. By approaching her, she'll tell Krishna, oh Krishna, here's this devotee. You know what Radharani says? She's so kind, can you imagine? You simply approach her through Hare. She says, oh Krishna, here's a devotee. He's better devotee than me. Can you imagine? Radharani will recommend you as a better devotee than her. So that's why we say Hare, not just Krishna immediately, you see. Because Radharani put in a good word for us and give us direct access to Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. And your mind will become peaceful, and everything in your whole life will just fall into place. Your health situation, your financial situation, your marital situation, your everything. It's amazing. Everything's just starting to fall into place very beautifully, you see. It's amazing. Just by putting Krishna in the center, all the leaves and branches are nourished. This is a scientific process that works. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here doing this for 54 years. 54 years I've been doing this, since 1971. I wouldn't waste my time if this was a joke. This some Hindu sect. This is a scientific process that works for the American, Indian, or your moon being even. We have moon beings there's beings on the moon too. This works for everybody in any planet throughout the whole, even the multi-universes. This works for any living entity in the entire material existence. They're already doing it in the spiritual world. They're all doing it. Everyone's absorbed in prema, bhakti rasa. So, anybody have any questions? You can start sending them up if you like. And we have a few minutes left.
Very good.
We have a half hour actually.
We have chits available. You can write your question and here, and Prabhuji will answer it. Chits are there. You can circulate those who want to write and give it.
It's actually it's a shame that the leaders haven't taken this guidance from us. If the world leaders would simply hear this message, see, they're striving for peace, like the Ukraine-Russian war. They're striving for a peace formula. Their mundane formulas don't work. They don't work at all. We simply have to come back from the basic understanding that we're spiritual beings, we're not these material bodies. As long as we base our happiness on the material body, there's going to be problems. Okay. Okay. Which means we should show, which means we should do focus on our duty or do our work for Krishna. There's a very nice verse that explains that yat karoshi yadasnasi yad dahosi dadasi yat tapastate konteya tat kavishamanarpanam. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, as well as whatever austerities you may perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. Just like one of my students wrote me a letter today, he said, Gurudev, I'm a math teacher, how can I offer to Krishna? I'm a math teacher. I said, well, you earn a living to support your own Krishna conscious lifestyle and support our preaching work. Simple thing. Money is not ours, it belongs to Krishna. You say, but Krishna has given me money to engage in service. I maintain a Krishna conscious lifestyle for myself, and I support the Krishna conscious movement. It's very simple. And within your work, you can also preach. That's very nice. I mentioned one godbrother put a Bhagavad Gita on his desk, sitting on his desk. He made a devotee by putting a Bhagavad Gita on his desk. So I had my own experience when I wore tilak to work. I worked for some time as a salesman, selling on the telephone. And when I put tilak on, I was a much better salesman. I was told like crazy. My boss ordered me. See, I went without tilak. One day I put tilak on, I was selling like a boom, boom. See, my boss said, Mr. Bridge, whatever, I don't know what it is in your forehead, but you must wear it every day. So tilak is also good if you can, unless they forbid you. See. But whatever you can do to bring bhakti into your workplace, prasadam in the break room for all the workers, whatever you can do, try it. It's amazing what you can actually pull off if you're enthusiastic to preach. Refers specific work, what work that means. Is it the chanting of pure melistic work, chanting or our materialistic work, like study? If you can actually work, for example, let's say somebody starts a prasadam business. That's really good work. Selling prasadam, making a livelihood by prasadam, catering business or whatever. That's really direct preaching. Or by book distribution. Some people can earn a living by book distribution. So, but if you can't do those things, then just work some job that's not sinful and use the result for Krishna. Simple thing. Okay. Astrologer can't know. What's that? Astrologer. I can't read it. Okay. Here's some Hindi. I can't read that at all. I am actually a student of engineering in search of a job. Okay. All right. I have the question: Is he, Lord Krishna, send 𝗕𝗵𝗴𝘃𝗀𝘃? I don't know, but I don't understand what he's asking. What is the question? Is Krishna send?
I have a question. Lord Krishna said, 𝗕𝗵𝗴𝘃𝗀𝘃.
What does that mean?
𝗕𝗵𝗴𝘃𝗀𝘃.
What does that mean? What does that mean? It's translation for sense.
Work done for Vishnu, 2.47.
Huh?
Bhagavad Gita 2.47. 𝗕𝗵𝗴𝘃𝗀𝘃.
247. What is the verse about?
That work done, you have the right to perform the duty, but you're not the fruits.
Whatever you're doing, what you have to do for your livelihood, do it, but offer the result to Krishna. It's simple. The fruit of your livelihood is your own lifestyle. You're eating, you're living, what you do. You're supporting your own lifestyle by your income. So be Krishna, have a Krishna conscious lifestyle, and your work is now transcendentalized.
Can he ask his question? Check. Can he ask? He's not able to
This is
communicate
all
to
Hindi.
writing.
This question was, can he ask this question?
Hi sir, my name is Pawan, and I do chanting three miles a day, every day. So basically my question is Sri Krishna Lord says that in Bhagavad Gita, कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफले हेतुर्भुः संगत्स्व कर्मणि. It means we should focus on our duty, and we do our work and not to think about the outcomes of it, that thing. But what is the actual that
Let me
work?
catch up. I heard understood a word of it.
Krishna says that you have right to perform duty, but you're not entitled for fruits of the...
That's right. So whatever money you make is now yours. It's all Krishna's money.
So
You remain you're totally broke for life, because actually you have no money at all. Even if you have $1 million, it's all Krishna's money. So every money you make, it belongs to Krishna. You have to spend it in a way that pleases him. You understand?
Yes.
It's even if you're a birla making crores of rupees, it's all Krishna's money. Does that belong to the birlas? You see, you have whatever you have. If you use it all, even if you're a pauper. See, a pauper who uses a few rupees in Krishna's service is better than a millionaire who spends millions of dollars for Krishna. It's what percentage of your wealth is used in a Krishna conscious way. If you use 100% of your wealth in a Krishna conscious way, you're better than a millionaire who uses 90% of his wealth in a Krishna conscious way. Understand? If you use 100% of your, even one devotee was very poor. He was making cups out of plantain leaves. That was his livelihood. And whatever money he made, he'd spend it half of it in the service of the Ganges River. So he had very little money. He'd spend most of it for bhakti. So whatever you have, see it all as Krishna's property, and you become a advanced devotee who can directly contact Krishna within your heart.
So actually my question is that Krishna said that we should focus on our work and does not think about the outcomes of it. So what that work means? Like my question is that what is
Perform your duty, not the results. What is the duty?
Your duty is to be surrendered to Krishna. You have one duty only. Krishna said, give all our duties and just surrender to me. That's really the only duty you have. As long as you have a body, you may have to do some other things to maintain it. But actually, you only have one duty, and that's fully surrendered to Krishna. You see. All our duties rejected. One ekadharma, one duty only, fully surrendered to Krishna. It's the only duty you actually have, sir. It's a fact. Krishna says in the Gita, so you have to do something else for a livelihood, then that has to be done in Krishna conscious way, otherwise you're in Maya. You're in big Maya. Don't be in Maya, be in bhakti in every second of your life, okay? Okay, let's see here. My son gives a lot of trouble. From the ladies? Yeah. He doesn't give his earned money. I don't get success in life. What to do? This is why we recommend that all the householders should follow our principles of how to beget children, because you get...
Translation is required for this. It was asked in Marathi.
Huh?
This question is asked in Marathi. So I will translate.
So a translation now to Marathi. Okay, very good. The best way to approach children is to follow the Prabhupada's directions for begetting children. That's the first thing.
सर्वात चांगला पर्याय असा आहे मुलांना त्यांना भक्तीमध्ये आणलं पाहिजे.
Become an initiated devotee.
त्यांना दीक्षित भक्त बनवलं पाहिजे.
Husband and wife both.
पती पत्नी दोघंही.
And get the blessings of your Guru Maharaj for trying to get a child.
आणि आपल्या गुरु महाराजांकडून संतती प्राप्त करण्यासाठी आशीर्वाद घेतला पाहिजे.
And then chant 50 rounds of japa, at least 50 rounds of japa before trying for the child.
मुलासाठी प्रयत्न करण्यासाठी कमीत कमी 50 माळा हरे कृष्ण मंत्राचा जप केला पाहिजे.
Once in a month, 4 to 6 days after the menstrual cycle.
महिन्यातून एक वेळेस महिलेच्या मासिक पाळीनंतर दोघांनी संततीसाठी प्रयत्न केला पाहिजे.
By doing that, you get a very saintly child, you see.
आणि अशा पद्धतीने तुम्ही फार चांगली आणि एक शांत अशी संतान तुम्ही पुत्र प्राप्त करता.
Just like Bhaktivinoda got Bhaktisiddhanta as his child, you can imagine.
जसे की भक्ती सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज हे भक्तिविनोद ठाकूर यांचे पुत्र होते.
If you already have a child, it's too late to do that. If you already have a child, it's too late to think of how it been done in a different way. The child is already there and he's a troublemaker.
या तर तुम्हाला आधीच मुलगा असेल तर मग थोडं थोडा उशीर झालेला आहे.
Chanakya Pandit says they're very strict with the child.
चाणक्य पंडित म्हणतात की तुम्ही मुलांसोबत फार स्ट्रिक्ट असलं पाहिजे.
Chastising him.
त्यांना आपण दाट फटकार केला पाहिजे, त्यांना रागवलं
When he
पाहिजे.
becomes a little older, you make friends with him. When he has a small child, you're very strict.
लहान मुलांसोबत विशेषतः फार आपण स्ट्रिक्ट राहिलं पाहिजे.
The stick.
काठी दाखवली पाहिजे त्यांना.
But he becomes older, then you make friends with him. You see.
आणि ज्यावेळेस ते मोठे होतील त्यावेळेस आपण त्यांच्यासोबत मैत्रीपूर्ण वातावरण
small
करू शकतो.
child is very strictly disciplined.
लहान मुलांसोबत विशेषतः फार स्ट्रिक्ट राहिलं पाहिजे.
Don't do this, don't do that, do this, don't do that. Very hard discipline, strict discipline.
हे नाही करायला पाहिजे, हे करायला पाहिजे, असं नाही करायला पाहिजे, या पद्धतीने करायला पाहिजे. खूप आपण त्यांच्यासोबत अगदी कठोरपणे वागलं पाहिजे.
Then when he grows up, become friends with him.
आणि ज्यावेळेस ते मोठे होतील तर त्यावेळेस आपले चांगले मित्र होतील ते.
Prabhupada quoted Chanakya Pandit in this way. You see. Chanakya Pandit said, and Prabhupada quoted Chanakya Pandit.
तर प्रभुपाद चाणक्य पंडितांचे हा उपदेश सांगतात.
He's the great Indian moral instructor, Chanakya Pandit.
तर चाणक्य पंडित हे फार मोठे, त्यांची नीती जी आहे ती प्रसिद्ध आहे.
So I don't know what his age he is. It depends. Now, how old is the child now? How is his age?
जो प्रश्न विचारलेला आहे तर त्यांनी कृपया सांगा की वय किती आहे मुलाचं जो ऐकत नाही. तर तुम्ही सांगितलेलं आहे की घरामध्ये पैसे वगैरे देत नाही. प्रश्न कोणाचा आहे? अच्छा, 22 years old.
20?
22 years.
Oh yeah, you can't discipline now.
गुरुदेव म्हणतात की ते मग ऐकू शकत नाही तू.
He's too old to be having with him.
तर ते त्यांचं वय थोडं जास्त आहे.
Give him prasadam.
त्यांना प्रसाद द्या.
Bring him to the temple.
त्यांना मंदिरामध्ये आणा.
Give him some japa beads and
त्यांना जपमाळा द्या.
just try to encourage him to chant Hare Krishna and join the kirtan.
तर त्यांना एक प्रोत्साहन द्या थोडं, त्यांना जास्तीत जास्त चांगलं वातावरण कसं देता येईल भक्तिपूर्व.
Okay? And what I don't get success in life. What to do? That's a different question? If I don't get success in life, it means I'm not Krishna conscious. If you become Krishna conscious, you become the most successful person in the whole world.
तुम्हाला कृष्ण ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही कृष्ण भावना भावित होताल तर तुम्हाला सर्व यश मिळेल.
How many people here would like to be successful?
किती लोकांना इथं यशस्वी बनायचं आहे? हात वरी करा.
If you surrender fully to Krishna, you become the most successful person in the whole world. I guarantee you. If you fully surrender, you become unlimitedly successful. I guarantee you.
तर ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही कृष्णाला पूर्णपणे समर्पित व्हाल तर तुम्हाला या दुनियातल्या सर्वात जास्त यश मिळेल.
If you don't believe me, just try it. Fully surrender to Krishna, and you'll be amazed what happens to your life. It works.
तुम्ही पूर्णपणे कृष्णाला समर्पित व्हा आणि बघा तुम्हाला पूर्णपणे आश्चर्याचा धक्का बसेल की काय तुमच्या आयुष्यामध्ये प्रगती होत आहे.
Look what happened to Prabhupada.
प्रभुपादकडे तुम्ही पहा.
40 rupees.
40 रुपये फक्त.
And a pair of kartals.
आणि फक्त एक करताल त्यांच्याकडे होतं.
That's all they had.
फक्त तेवढंच त्यांच्याकडे होतं.
He didn't even have a place to live.
त्यांना राहण्यासाठी जागाही नव्हती.
And now then he got hundreds of beautiful homes all over the world, millions of dollars, just from fully surrendering to the spiritual master's order. Yes.
तर त्यांनी त्यांच्या गुरूंच्या आज्ञेचं पालन केलं तर आता त्यांना 100 पेक्षा जास्त मंदिर आहेत आणि कितीतरी सुंदर असे
That's how to be successful.
आणि अशा पद्धतीने व्यक्तीला यश मिळत असतं.
You say, I'm a devotee, but I'm not successful. You may say, I'm a devotee, but I'm not successful.
भक्तांना कधी असं वाटतं की मी भक्त बनलो आणि मला यश नाही मिळत आहे.
That means you're only halfway devotee.
तर अशा पद्धतीने याचा अर्थ असा आहे की आपण अर्धेच भक्त आहोत.
Fully surrendered yet.
आपण अद्यापही कृष्णाला पूर्णपणे समर्पित झालेलो नाहीये.
If you fully embrace Krishna bhakti as your only business,
जर तुम्ही फक्त कृष्णाला समर्पित व्हायचं एवढाच फक्त ध्येय
Krishna will
ठेवलं
make you successful.
तर कृष्णा तुम्हाला पूर्ण यश देतील.
Any other questions now? Let's see. I can't read this. It's hard to read. Yeah, help me.
Question is whether all our miseries get reduced when we surrender fully to Krishna,
Oh, absolutely.
and whether he takes all our responsibility,
Whether we take all of, what does that mean?
whether Krishna takes
Takes all our responsibility. That's an interesting question. No, Krishna gives us unlimited responsibilities.
तो कृष्ण हमें हमारी पूर्ण पद्धत से जिम्मेदारी लेते हैं.
When you fully surrender to Krishna, He gives you unlimited responsibilities.
जब हम कृष्ण को पूर्णपणे समर्पित होते हैं तो कृष्ण हमारी पूर्ण जिम्मेदारी
You
लेते
must
हैं.
now make the whole world Krishna conscious.
या तो हमें कृष्ण पूर्ण जिम्मेदारी देते हैं कि इस पूर्ण दुनिया को कृष्ण भावना भावित करना है.
The pure devotee has accepted more responsibility than anybody in the whole material, even Lord, a non-devotee Brahma.
तो कृष्ण भावनामय होने के बाद कृष्ण हमें पूर्ण एक अभक्त ब्रह्मा जी जो है उनसे भी ज्यादा बड़ी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी देते हैं कृष्ण भावना प्रचार करने की.
But these responsibilities are the greatest ecstasy.
तो यह जो जिम्मेदारी है हमारे लिए बहुत एक आनंद भरा अनुभव है होता है.
Because Krishna is feeling great anxiety
तो कृष्ण क्योंकि कृष्ण को हमेशा एक चिंता बनी रहती है
to see his beloved children are caught up in karma chakra.
कि उनके जो बच्चे हैं तो वह इस जन्म मृत्यु के सागर में फंसे हुए हैं.
This is a great burden on Lord Krishna. He feels great stress and anxiety seeing these beloved children caught up in karma chakra.
तो कृष्ण को बहुत ही परेशानी होती है देखते हैं कि ये बच्चे जो है कर्म चक्र में फंसे हुए हैं.
So the preacher of Krishna consciousness,
तो जो कृष्ण भावना के जो प्रचारक है
he takes this burden of love
तो वह यह जिम्मेदारी जो है वो उठाते हैं
of delivering these fallen souls back to Krishna.
तो इन सभी बच्चों को जो है कृष्ण तक लेके जाने का वो जवाबदारी लेते
He
हैं.
takes an unlimited responsibility upon himself.
तो वह जो है वो पूर्ण असीमित रूप से पूर्ण जिम्मेदारी लेते
He
हैं.
gives Krishna the greatest pleasure.
तो कृष्ण को यह सबसे ज्यादा प्रेम देता है.
So Krishna gives him the greatest mercy and happiness.
तो कृष्ण उनको जो है सबसे ज़्यादा उन पे कृपा देते हैं और सबसे ज़्यादा खुश उनको बनाते हैं.
So what was the first question?
Next question.
That was the first. That was the second question.
Whether the astrology is correct कि हमें बच्चा होने वाला, लड़का होने वाला,
Yeah.
whether we will get a son or daughter, whether the astrology is correct.
I got enough to talk. Formally, astrology, Vedic astrology was very, very accurate. Formally, astrologers could tell everything perfectly. But because of the influence of Kali Yuga, astrologers don't have that expertise anymore.
So, if there is in horoscope, if there is a problem, then whether the spouse dies after marriage.
The horoscope says your spouse will die after marriage.
Yeah. If there is problem in horoscope, so
The
whether one
horoscope
should.
says?
Yeah.
I call that a horoscope.
तो गुरुदेव कहते हैं कि वो horoscope नहीं, horoscope है.
The thing is, Krishna is beyond astrology. When you surrender to Krishna, it's beyond astrology, you see.
तो हमें कृष्ण को समर्पित होना चाहिए. यह जो कुंडली है उससे परे.
Even if your spouse was fated to die by accurate astrological calculations.
अगर फिर भी हमारा जोड़ीदार जो है वो मरने वाला है.
I gave you an example here. An expert palmist can read your futures by looking at your hand, you see. Expert palmistrist, whatever they call them, palm readers, yeah.
जो हाथ पढ़ते हैं तो वो एक्सपर्ट भी होंगे.
But I don't think there's anybody can do it in this time in Kali Yuga.
मुझे नहीं लगता कि कोई इस टाइम अभी वो सही तरह से देखते हैं हाथ.
But Prabhupada's palm was read many years ago.
तो प्रभुपाद का जो हाथ था वो एक palmist ने ऐसे ही देखा
And the
था.
palm reader said, your hand speaks that your order will always be obeyed. Your hand speaks that your order will always be obeyed.
Yeah. जी. तो प्रभुपाद के हाथ को देख के उन्होंने कहा कि आपके आज्ञा का जरूर
We can see
पालन
how
होगा.
true it is. How many people are following Prabhupada's orders? Many people are following Prabhupada's orders.
तो प्रभुपाद का जो आज्ञा है तो बहुत सारे लोग उसका पालन करते हैं.
But Prabhupada also said this.
तो प्रभुपाद ने यह भी कहा,
Your future is in your palm.
आपका जो भविष्य है वह आपके हाथ में
When
है.
you clap your hands once in kirtan, it's all changed.
तो आपने अगर आपके दोनों हाथ से एक ताली बजाई,
Your future has been
कीर्तन में
completely transformed just like happening here one time in the kirtan. Your
अगर एक बार
future
भी
is changed.
एक बार भी
One
कीर्तन
time
में
it's
ताली बजाई तो इस तरह से.
So we're not concerned about astrology. We don't really care.
तो कुंडली के बारे में हमें ज्यादा चिंता नहीं करना चाहिए.
There are many people advertise themselves as astrologers for money. Yes.
तो बहुत सारे लोग जो है वह पैसों के लिए सिर्फ कुंडली के बारे में जानकारी देते हैं.
I don't waste my rupees. I'd rather give to a beggar than an astrologer. I'd rather give rupees to a beggar than to an astrologer.
हाँ, तो मैं अपने पैसे जो है वो मैं एक भिक्षु व्यक्ति को दूंगा, बल्कि मतलब कुंडली देखने वाले को नहीं दूंगा, ऐसा कह रहे हैं.
Any other questions? We have about 6 minutes.
और किसी का कुछ प्रश्न है?
Any questions from the ladies' side?
अजून कोणाचा प्रश्न असेल तर विचारू शकता.
About back there, anybody? Everyone's welcome. Huh? Here we go. This Prabhu. Surrender means obedience. Whatever Krishna said, you do it. You take everything he said and obey him. He says, always chanting my name. He says, offer your food to me. And he says, follow the spiritual master's orders. So it's very simple. Surrender means obedience. You understand? Obedience. If the Guru says, do this and don't do that, that's what you follow. You don't invent your own new way of bhakti. If you invent your own new way, it's bogus. It's not surrender. Spiritual man says, do this, you do it. He said, wake up early for Mangalarti, put tilak on your forehead, you do it. You don't invent something new that I think this, I think that. No. Surrender means no more I think. It means whatever I'm ordered to do by my authorities, I do it. That's surrender. Isn't it? Yes. Anything else? We're down to 5 minutes now. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Do you know how much nectar these two syllables contain? You know how much nectar? You know that sloka, Tunde Tandavatang Vitinate Lavayalabdiye? Do you know how much nectar these two syllables contain? There's oceans and oceans of nectar in Krishna. So one little mouth is not enough. I told the devotees this morning in the little Maha Mantra talk. There's unlimited nectar. One little mouth can't hold it. There's oceans and oceans of nectar in this tiny little mouth. And then Rupa Goswami says, when the holy name enters my ears, I need millions of years. So just try to understand, my dear ladies and gentlemen and kids, you've been blessed with the greatest opulence, the greatest wealth, the greatest mercy, the greatest good fortune you can ever achieve in millions and billions of lifetimes. So don't take this process cheaply as just some kind of religious organization or whatever. You've been blessed with the greatest blessing that even the demigods want to take birth on this planet Earth to get this mercy. They're off there enjoying all kinds of heavenly pleasures. They'd rather take birth here on the earth planet to become devotees of Krishna on this planet. The demigods want to come here to take birth. So don't take your human birth lightly. Especially you've been born in the holy land of India, you can't imagine how fortunate you were. You cannot imagine how getting an Indian birth is the greatest fortune. So don't throw your Indian birth down the drain of high tech. Utilize your Indian birth to reconnect, follow your own great sages, Parashuram, Vyasadeva. There's unlimited great sages who took birth in this land because of the greatest place on this planet. And this planet is the greatest planet in the whole universe for awakening pure love of God within your heart. So please, I'm begging you all, be true Indians. Don't be Technians, be Indians by actually taking this process seriously. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. We have 2 more classes, tomorrow morning at 8:10 a.m. we have Srimad Bhagavatam class here only in Temple Hall. So please join for that class. And Saturday evening we have a program at Kothur. And then Sunday morning, Sunday Feast class at morning 8:10 a.m. is there at Kothur. Monday Gita Janti, and also we have the morning Bhagavatam class at Kothur. So please take advantage of the association and let us thank Kothur for speaking on the wonderful sloka.